realtor, married and Mike.
Married and Mike.
Okay. So what's the topic for today?
Well, go ahead and you want to introduce them.
Topic?
Well, look, before we start, how you doing today?
I'm good. It's hot as hell outside.
It is hot as hell. I know last week we were talking about where's the summer? I want to have summer fun, but here it is. And
Oh, man,
I'm
we're
complaining.
adventurous.
I can't even sit outside.
Nope. You can't even walk from here to the mailbox without sweating. Jesus.
Hey, you like my hair?
You know, I seen her do this. Her and my daughter getting into this yesterday. I thought to myself, am I forgetting something? Because usually when you see a black woman put her hair in braids in the summertime, means she's going on vacation. So I thought I might got a
maybe
date.
somebody's trying to send you a message.
Anyway,
Okay,
yeah, but
go
it looks
ahead.
nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
So the topic for today is why is friendship important in a relationship? You get to go first.
Oh boy. Well, I mean, I think friendship is like the number one. You
Okay.
know? Because without friendship, you're not having any fun.
Nope.
That's first and foremost.
Nope.
You don't want to be around that person.
Yep.
You
So why
can't
we
stop
married?
it. Stop it. I mean, you just, you know,
So the one thing you would get married for is what? Good sex? And then,
No.
and then after that, if you ain't friends,
like
what
if
else
I
is
was to get married, it wouldn't be for good sex.
That'd be because you
Because-
married your best friend.
And because I married my best friend, the person I want to be around every day, you know.
Wake up to bad breath and all.
It's me and them against the world. Seriously.
Okay.
Seriously. I mean, because, you know, he have a hard day at work or at the office, and, you know, he come home and dump all his junk on me, and somehow we talk about it, and, you know, I might give him a
We laugh
different
about it.
perspective, and you're right, and we
Mhm.
laugh about it. So you need a best friend as a partner. If you don't have a best friend, it's not going to work.
Then you got a roommate.
Right. I mean, I just don't think it's going to work. If you
Mhm.
don't have a best friend, it's not going to work. I mean, because your friendship is going to help you get through those hard times when you really can't stand his ass, but you love him because he's your best friend, right?
Yeah. Right.
Right. And you usually are very respectful to your friends.
Respectful.
Right. So
Okay.
so you keep that part in the
You
deal
mean keep
too.
it civil.
Right.
Respectful, is that what you mean? Simple?
Well, I don't know what I just meant because you just effed me up.
She don't know what she's talking about. Silly, don't know what she's
No,
talking
but
about.
I mean, yes, okay. I guess it does keep you civil towards each other.
Mhm.
You're not gonna call each other out your names.
Exactly.
No dirty fighting.
Yep.
You know.
Hitting below the belt.
Right. Because saying things that you can't take back, you won't do that to your friend. Because you know all of their
Yeah, sure.
secrets.
Yep, your deep dark secret.
And you know you can hit them below the belt
Yep.
like no one else can.
Yep.
So why would you want to take your relationship there? Because it may not be a comeback
Yeah, this is true.
if you say some crazy shit.
Like
now.
what? What would be the kind of shit that somebody would say?
You wear that wig because your ass is bald headed. Now why you gotta come where I'm bald headed? You know that would be below the belt.
Okay, I get
You
it.
know, and to keep bringing that up, you know,
Over
that
and
over and over every time we fight, you bald headed heifer, or you know what else? I mean,
Whatever the case may be.
yeah.
But this is real though, right?
No.
Well, it is real.
I
You
mean,
bought
well,
it.
it is my hair is real, but you know, we added some things.
Yeah, okay. All right.
But I'm just saying, you know, or to know that somebody is struggling with their weight, and you keep saying,
Fat joke, stop eating.
right,
Put
you
the
eating
cookies
again,
down.
you know what I mean? That a friend wouldn't do that to you.
Well, if they was a friend, they may want to tell you, hey, you may want to slow down on those tasty
Well, you
things.
wouldn't say it while she's at the table eating. You
Mm.
may want to slow down. I mean,
But you know, you notice that you never see fat people out in restaurants.
well, I mean, because
They eat in cars.
that's a whole nother subject.
So I didn't even know if he was eating.
Because I was just gonna say,
French fries.
that's a whole nother, yeah.
Okay.
That's
well,
a whole nother issue.
I don't know what's going down this fat. Are you trying to tell me something?
Hey, no, I'm just saying that I'm having that moment, ladies. If you understand, you understand.
No, you haven't had that moment.
Yes, I'm sorry.
She having
I've been trying to
personal
refrain
summer.
from this fanning this, but good God, it feels good
Yeah.
right now. But
There you go.
but I'm just saying, friendship. You know, you need that.
I get it.
Because it carries some sort of respect and you know, and not only that, if this is your friend, you want to cheer them on, like we spoke about last week. You know, cheer their wins, or you know, and uplift them when they F up. You know, that's what a friend is. So,
Okay.
and if you're not willing to give that in a
Okay.
relationship,
Okay.
I think you may want to rethink that marriage thing.
You may want to start asking for half.
If
the rent.
she's not your friend, if you know, I had this young guy tell me a few weeks ago that he likes the person, but he doesn't necessarily want the person at his house every day. So my
Wait. So he liked the person,
he likes the
but he
person,
didn't want to see him every day.
but he wants them to go to their apartment sometimes.
Makes sense to me. Somebody sound like they need some space.
Well, that sounds like you may not really be ready for marriage.
Well, they probably want their space.
Well, then you can't be ready for marriage because marriage is not about space. And I think when that's your friend, you don't mind being around your friend all the time.
Well, maybe they need a big enough apartment where one person go one place and the other person go there. I mean, look, space is important too. You can't be overcrowding somebody.
Well, this is true.
You know,
This
you
is
feel
true.
trapped.
This
You
is
feel,
true.
you know.
Yeah, all of that.
Damn, I
Nobody want to feel in prison
fourth
just because
hand
I'm
come over.
married. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. You right in the living room and we watching the game.
Mhm.
No one wants that. Back up, girl.
Go
Be
sit down somewhere.
confident.
Mhm.
Be confident in what you
You
got.
don't even like football. What are you doing?
Yeah, absolutely. So think
Showing
about
up at
that
the
too.
tailgate.
If they're not your friend, this is my outtake on that.
Okay.
If it's not your friend, then you're probably in the wrong relationship for long term. If you're planning on keeping that person for long term, if they're not your friend, if you don't want to be with them every day, you're probably not ready, or that's not your person. That's what I say.
Well, she said, I'm with that.
You can't be copying over me.
No, but we always said the reason why we do so good together is we best friends.
Well, this is true.
So, you know, nobody said she get on my nerves and she just going crazy stuff.
And you learn to
Every day there's a
ignore.
package at the door. I just don't get it.
Whatever. You learn to ignore, you
Amazon,
know, because you
Postman.
already know who this person is. So, like, you know.
Hiding shoes in the trunk, that kind of stuff.
Never, people. Never.
Oh, I don't know what just happened, but something just happened over there. We're having some technical difficulties, I see. But I don't think that's going to stop this show.
Absolutely not.
You know, get that fixed. Get that fixed.
Back up.
Back up. Back up.
Okay.
Back up.
So
Okay.
let's move on. You want to
Okay.
do your
My.
did you know?
Oh, did you know? Yes.
Yes, people,
I got some
because
shady-
last week
It
he
wasn't-
gave us some information that I was like, wow.
Well, let me
and
rewind.
then I said, that sounds too good to be true. Let me do some research. So now, go ahead.
So, my did you know was about a man populating the entire world with a aspirin-sized capsule full of semen. So, I was fact-checked, is what she's trying to say. Somebody fact-checked me.
Yes, I did.
But see, the first one, I understand, and it's true, but it don't say that I'm wrong. So the first one says genetics, genetic diversity. A single donor's genetic material wouldn't provide the diversity needed for a healthy population because there'd be a lot of inbreeding going on would quickly lead to generic disorders and health issues over genetics. So it didn't say that it couldn't, In the city, you have a bunch of crazy ass people walking around. I mean, all brothers
No,
and
because
sisters.
I'm gonna rebuttal that because you need the female species. Hello.
Well, you gotta get to that next.
Okay, well get to it. Get to it.
Eggs
Let's talk
and
about it.
wombs needed. Semen alone isn't enough. We understand that.
Okay.
You also need eggs from females and a viable womb.
Mm-hmm. Ask Scarface.
Whether biological or artificial.
Oh, so you trying to say AI?
Grow it in a test tube.
Oh
That's
Lord.
what I'm saying.
That's a whole nother did you know, okay?
So, okay, shared numbers. Let's talk about the numbers. One capsule might contain millions of sperms, but they all carry the same DNA from one individual. Again, getting back to the genetics thing and the diversity in the population. Again, it didn't say it can't populate the world. This said it'd be a bunch of crazy MNFs walking around here calling each other brother and sister.
Right.
Okay, lastly, long-term viability. Okay, population recovery takes time. Generations would be needed and limited genetics, the population would be vulnerable to disease and extinction because again of the genetics. So once again, it didn't say it couldn't, it just said you just have a bunch of messed up individuals in this world.
Okay.
Okay.
So we already had them, so maybe we did. No.
Yeah, we got some messed up people around here.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We won't even go there.
Okay, so now I'm gonna share a red flag.
A red flag,
A
as it
red
relates to
flag.
what?
As it relates to relationships.
Okay,
Red flag.
okay,
You've known them for a month,
yeah,
maybe less,
yeah, okay.
and they ask for more money. I'm just saying.
Well, that's not necessarily
That's a
a
red flag.
red flag. That may be a red flag for a woman. But guys, remember we talked
Okay,
about last
okay.
week that we get turned down all the time?
Yes, yes.
Walk over the dance floor, but I ain't gonna have this dance.
Okay.
Please. Boom. But the other part of that is, if she says yes, the next thing she's gonna want is a drink. Then a week later, she'll be like, oh, you know, my rent is a little late. I'm a
So
little
if she
short.
say yes to having sex, is what you're saying. Then the next thing she gonna want is
Money. Plain and simple, dollar bills. Can I borrow the credit card? Oh my God, you know, I was planning on going to, what's one of them stores, Neiman Marcus or Saks, and can I borrow your card? That's all it takes, one time.
one time.
One time.
I think that's how it happened with us actually.
You did?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I remember that.
Oh, well, see, like I said, she
Yeah,
just proved
she
the point.
did. Yeah,
She
that
just
she
proved the
did.
point.
Yeah,
If a guy asks you for money in the
I
first
remember
month,
staying over one night. And I said, hey, I'm getting ready to get up and go shopping. He said, take my card.
oh,
And I was like, bet.
I don't remember. I was feeling generous.
Yeah,
Well, he must have been
made
good the
you
night
happy.
before.
Exactly. But for a woman, if a man asks, you only know it for money, he asking you to borrow money now. That's the test. How, you know. I think so. Because no man shouldn't be asking me to borrow money.
Exactly. Not if you want to be your man.
Absolutely.
Oh.
So, ladies, just listen up. That's a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? For him, not so much.
Not so much.
Yeah. Unless she is first day and she like, you know,
You just met at the
she
club.
gave you something, now she's saying, can I have some money?
Well, that could be a red flag too. How? Well, never mind. Forget it. I don't even go there.
Well, I mean,
How
no,
quickly
that,
she give it up? That can't be that sometimes could be a red flag, but you gotta play that, you know,
Okay.
situation out because that one's really harder to judge as a red flag for a dude. How quickly she can just be into you when y'all clicking like that and boom, birds of the bees.
yeah, you have to see the next day if the whole flow comes out.
The whole flow.
If the whole flow comes out, then it's like, okay, you just pass like that.
Could be that
But,
too.
you know, if
That
y'all
too.
just was vibing with each other and, you know,
Drunk.
yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
y'all hook up the next day and she a complete lady, then, you know, you might give her a shot. I feel that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if there's any red flags unless you know somebody tell you she crazy, then she probably is crazy. So,
So would you rather have a crazy
or as opposed to not crazy?
would you
not crazy.
rather have a crazy or not so attractive?
Whew.
A crazy one with a banging ass body or a fine one with
Okay, so I seen this.
not an attractive body to you that you find attractive because somebody else made.
Yeah, because different strokes for different folks. But I saw this TikTok or one of them posts I was, scrolling through, and it was "Would you?" And
Okay.
it was this woman with a banging body. I mean, an amazing body. And then they showed the next clip was her smiling, and she was missing the whole front row. And it was like, "Would you?" And I'm telling you, 100% of the men said, "That's why we have Dennis."
Okay.
So-
with that, we gonna move on because
Move
only
on.
men think like that.
Move
Let's
on.
pull a card, sir.
Pull a card. Let's see if we have a pull a card. Okay.
Questions for humans.
Couples. These are questions for human couples.
Okay.
What are the 2 or 3 things that make you super frustrated?
About you,
It's couples.
make you super frustrated.
3 things.
Oh, give me one. Just give me one.
One.
I
Good.
can do one.
Okay, give me one.
You know.
Be nice, friend.
Okay. When I ask him something and he act like he don't know what I'm talking about. Like we just talked about that. Don't defend yourself. We just talked about that two nights ago. And he like, what? And he make me go through the whole damn story, the whole scenario, to help him remember something that he already remembers. That's what's super frustrating. And
Okay.
I was being nice friend.
Okay, I got one. Well, first thing that popped in my mind, this woman never turns a light off. Ever.
Okay.
Ever. I mean, I'm going back, but you're not there now. So there's no need for it. But I'm
Don't
going
let
back.
Aunt Lillian hear you say that. She be like, God damn, turn off the light.
Turn off the light.
I like it light. I like it bright.
But if you're not in there,
I'm going back in there and I want it to be bright.
like the dressing room, you go in there, you do what you do, you come out. I guess now you're processing what you're gonna wear because you just went through in your mind thinking I'm gonna go back, but then the phone rang or something happened.
You know I'm gonna get back there. I'm naked.
9 times out of 10, she's not naked.
Whatever.
Turning off the light, and then you walk in the bathroom. Like, why you have all the lights on in the bathroom, and then get out and leave all the lights on?
I like light. Okay, I'm gonna pull one for you. I'm sure
Okay.
you can be.
Okay.
Oh, this is good. Who did you look up to when you were a kid?
What did I look up to when I was a kid? My dad.
Oh, that's cool.
I was lucky enough to have a 2-parent household where my father and my mother were there, and my brothers and sisters, and my dad.
Don't ask me that question.
It was both.
Oh, that was your question. That's great.
Mhm.
Okay. So,
Carl Smith.
Carl Smith.
Oh,
Woo.
beep, 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 beep,
Oh,
beep. We gotta cut that too, giving up the government.
All right, so I am going to pick
Just
a card.
Carl.
I'm going to pick a card for the single people.
Okay.
Okay, and you are going to pick a card.
I'm gonna need to make a note here on my card. See these nice little cards, we all fancy. A note, bleep,
Go ahead.
something, I can't say it again.
No.
Okay, so now let me pick a card.
I picked the card.
Oh,
I
okay.
picked the card. Oh, this your card, actually. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Okay, as your partner,
This is for daters, right?
daters, this is, I don't know.
Daters, I believe.
ask your partner, have there been moments in our relationship when you felt lost
Wow.
or disconnected from yourself? If so, what can I do to be your guiding light
Oh,
and help
boy.
you find your
He's
way
looking
again?
for He's looking for shit.
That's what it says right there. I ain't read this up.
Well, I have.
Let me be your guiding light. Go ahead.
I have, we've been married a long time, so we don't been through just about every goddamn going thing.
There you
So
go.
I have, and you just being your kind, understanding, giving self, will see me through anything, really. And
Beautiful.
That's the answer.
Okay, so I don't know where this
And
goes.
I'm gonna give it back.
What's that?
This is a tip for you, married people.
Married tip?
Yes.
Okay, we're on a married tip.
Communicate clearly. Communicate. I can't say that enough, really, because if you hold shit inside, you're going down a rabbit hole eventually. So communicate. Say how you feel. Ask what is needed, and listen to actually understand. Don't get a preconceived notion of what they must have meant, what they said, and all that. Listen so you can understand. And that's our tips.
And if you don't understand, ask again.
Ask again. Absolutely. So
Yep.
take us out of here, Mrs.
Well, thank you everybody for stopping by in our crib here at Life Lessons Unfiltered, Married and Mike. Once again, I'm Sean.
I am Tammy.
Wait, why you
Keep
so
it
slow?
real.
When I say I'm Sean, you got chop. Okay, I'm Sean.
And I am Tammy. Keep it real, keep it loving, and we'll catch you next time.